Hello and welcome. I am Darkery, and sitting with me I have Rod from is it?
I'm in between stuff.
He's the king of engineers, or so he claims. And today, what we'll be doing is we'll be opening some Time Spiral.
Oh, that was hefty.
Yeah, big hefty thing.
I'm glad the mic picked that up.
Yeah. So this is one of the Time Spiral boxes that I bought for myself. I thought that what I would do is I would open it and you could get my reactions, and at the same time, this is probably my first actual unboxing because, well, I hate these videos with a burning passion.
And yet you're making them.
Yeah, irony isn't lost on me.
Look, as you can see, this is a nice box.
Yes, so as you can see, this is a nice box, and actually one of the reasons I sort of wanted to do this was because I really don't like doing unboxing videos, and I thought that since this was such a nostalgic box, that I probably should do it for everyone. Whether or not people watch it, I don't care. It's basically for me. So the first thing that I want to note is actually how this box really reminds me of the old ones. So while I started playing Magic way back in about 5th ed, I want to say, I stopped for a period of time. So when I came back, it was about Rise of Eldrazi, and that was actually one of the first boxes I actually bought for myself, along with New Phyrexia. And lately what has happened is Wizards have kind of strayed away from the old, where they've made the boxes a lot more sturdy. They have made them so that they don't bend or don't have the same sort of wrapping anymore. They're a lot more solid, which means that when they get messed around in shipping, they don't bend or break as many of the cards. But they've broken from this, and it seems like they've gone with some of the older way of doing stuff. So one thing I noticed noted that is when you pick it up, it actually bends because a lot of the packages are not as stiff as they used to be. So I'm really liking this. Also, the Wizards of the Coast printing. And that's really all I wanted to say. So let's get into it. I'm actually really excited. And one thing I like to do before I even start cracking a box is try and
smell it.
Ah, yes.
I honestly did not expect it to happen, but I'm glad it did.
It smells like magic. But what I like to do is I like to try and set expectations for what I'm hoping to get out of the box. So one of the few things I'm hoping to get is a foil time-shifted Yawgmoth and Ancestral Recall.
Mark Rosewater just called. He said you're going to get value and you're going to like it.
Oh, no. I bought a box for myself to open privately, and that one was nothing but sweet value for me. But basically, I'm just trying to hope it. That's what I'm hoping for. If I get something good, then I will like it. And if not, then obviously I will complain to Mark Rosewater.
Yeah, he takes all complaints very personally.
I also wouldn't mind a Sliver Legion or Sliver Queen.
No, Queen's in the reserve list.
Damn.
It's from Portal.
Ah, so Sliver Legion. Yeah.
Sliver Legion, the one gives all slivers +1/+1 for each sliver. That's the one you're looking for.
Yeah.
And plus other random sliver lords.
Sliver.
No, go away, cat.
Actually, one thing I will also be doing in this is just for fun, I will be setting aside one of each sliver just to see how many or what slivers I get.
I wonder if it's picking up the cat. Not. Okay. My cats approved this set. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it, but they're very excited for it.
So I'm going to put these off to the side, and we're going to open the first one, which will be Sliver.
I guarantee you every pack has at least one sliver.
Well, it better. But no, I'm just going to be putting aside all the different slivers. So there'll be one of each, hopefully, by the end. So the first one we have is a two-headed sliver, which is great because that can go in the pile. And we've got a Slipstream, Sting Scourger, Evolution Charm, Speaker. So I'm just going to go through them. I'm also going to be setting aside... Oh, Watch a Sliver. Nice. So I'm also going to be setting aside the uncommons because they tend to be really good. I mean, in this set, because it's across 3 different sets, even the commons are really good.
Yeah, that's something I noticed because I used to draft a lot of the Time Spiral block in Midgo, and I noticed that there were a lot of cards spread out from all 3 sets because the fairies in it, and you also see Venser, which are in 2 different sets.
Yeah.
And only one of the Time Spirals had the Saplings Matter subtype.
Which is actually kind of good because there's still a lot of Sapling Matters cards and switches.
Like Speak of the Devil.
Yep, so Speak of the Devil. Our rare from this pack is Life and Limb. Nice. And then we have, of course, Time Shifted, which is Dovin's Veto. And
I actually like the gold border.
I do like the gold border, particularly since I was playing Roundabout, Portal, and what was it? Invasion.
Oh yeah, I was playing. I had the Rebel deck around that time. I remember all the sweet caboose with gold borders.
So the gold border actually, it really hits me in the nostalgia. But the problem is, I also can't look at them without thinking, there's 90% chance that this is trash.
Come on, some
gold borders, like Confound is a great card. Confound is just awesome, and that's a gold border, but it's just, I can't help but look at it and go, oh, it's probably just another one of those charms that can go. Anyway, so that's our first Time Shifted one, is Dovin's Veto. So what I'll do is I'll put...
What do you mean? Evolutionary Charm is great and always worth value. I said that with a straight face. There are no complaints to whatever the fuck this guy's email is.
At www.idon'thaveone.com. So the next one, I'm going to open and just going to go through the commons. Once again, I don't really care too much. Oh, Sangophage.
Sangophage killed me in a sealed event because I had 3 of them.
Yeah, Sangophage is great. Actually, one thing I really enjoy is Destroy All Humans They Can't Be Regenerated, the manga.
Yep.
That's really good, especially when the main character plays like 3 Sangrophages at once.
Yes, I just realized I feel like this is one of my animes. Oh wait, they lost.
Yeah, actually, that's really good because he loses well, I don't want to say frequently, but he loses a lot.
He loses a lot, and that was his whole redemption arc because he comes to terms that, yes, I'm not that good, but I will strive to be a better person.
Yes, there's also along the lines of like, not everyone is good, and how they all sort of fight each other well, not fight each other, but they all sort of play against each other to make each other better and get used to different archetypes.
Yeah, that's one thing I actually enjoy about that. I don't think a lot of animes do justice for is the sense of community.
Like, yeah, that one has a strong sense of community because it focuses on a main character and his interactions with an LGS.
Which it hits a little too close to home, even though it's all fantasized, because they hit the subtypes of an LGS so well.
Well, apparently it's not 100% a fantasy.
No, like
it's based on like this mangaka's or the manga author's actual sort of experiences starting out.
Yeah, that's why it hits so close to home, because I'm like, oh wow, we all know the one hot girl who you question why they're there.
Why? You mean the 2 hot girls? The one who's married to the manager?
One who's the one who's ultra competitive, and the one who's just there because
it's fun and
because it's pretty.
Fun. Yeah. So our first rare is, of course, Joyride.
The card everyone loves to hate.
I hate Joyride so much. I mean, she's a great card. She does wonderful things. I've just seen her so many times. I can't get used to her. She's...
I want to play a blue-red big fatties deck with her.
She works in any blue-red deck. That's the problem with her.
But like the problem is most people just use her to set up combos where I just want to be like, hi, 4
Ooh,
turns.
Restoration Angel is the time shifted.
Nice. We needed a reprint of her.
And a Riftwing Cloudscape.
Oh, I love that card.
As foil. Oh, that's actually a nice Goblin token.
That's another thing that's making me nostalgic is the old school Magic art that really had that fantasy feel to it that nowadays is not seen. Because, like,
not seen or heard.
Like it's not a criticism at the current artist. It's just that nowadays Wizards Magic as a whole has a very clear-cut art direction.
Make things look hot.
Make things look hot. Make things look clean. I want to say because like I'm still nostalgic for days of where people literally did water paintings of the art, and it had no direction. They're just like, here's the name of the card, interpret it what you will, and they didn't get paragraphs of what the name's supposed to invoke, which is what they get nowadays.
Well, yeah, they do get a prompt, but one artist I think is hit and miss, but I like his art is really good, but I generally find it's hit and miss personally whether I like it or not, and that's Sed McKinnon.
Oh, that's your hot take, huh?
Well, I Sed McKinnon actually has really good art. I mean, like his art for Damnation from the Secret Lair, I drooled over. I really wanted that, but it was the only art from that set that I wanted, so there was really no point in like bothering to get the Secret Lair.
I love Feast of the Damned.
Ah, yes, that's also great.
I think
actually Rebecca Guay, or however you pronounce her name, has also got really nice.
But she's more known for the lands.
Yeah, she's the land person, but that's still nice art.
Yeah.
Just because it's a land doesn't mean you're not staring at it every single game.
No, and that's how I remember her. She's the land lady.
She is the land. Ooh, Dread Return.
Yep.
I can't state again how playable or how relevant everything is. Like Dread Return is still a really good card.
I'm looking for some for my dredge deck.
Well, I have one.
That's one less I need to look for.
Or I could just keep it, just to...
No, not an option.
Molten Slag Heap and Riptide Pilferer, and we go into Tombstalker for the rare.
It look. I don't like how it looks. I miss the old time shift border.
What, Tombstalker?
Yes. With the little rounded corners for the art, and then the pips on the left hand side.
Oh, I didn't like the pip.
I controversially like anything that is different, whether it's good or bad, because I will willing to forgive things if they just try to be different. Because my rule says you either do something that's established but do it well, or you try something different. That's my 2 rules that I'll forgive something.
That's your hot take, huh?
That's not how is that controversial in any way? If anything, that's lukewarm at best.
Well, your controversial statement is that you like being controversial.
I will write to you about that.
I'm sure you will. Oh my. Atali Primal Storm.
Wow, that actually belongs with the old border.
That is amazing.
The effects don't, but the card art looks at home.
The card art looks it looks really good. I wonder if I can. That's not terrible.
Yeah.
No, who am I saying?
Unfortunately, the glare from up close is terrible.
Yeah, but that's. Oh, I like that. That is nice. That looks good. I don't like red, like just as a rule, even though red is Steve, very much.
Put up a picture right there. Not there, there.
Not there, there.
Make more work for the editor.
I am the editor.
Screw that guy.
Yeah, Atali looks really good. If you ever find a picture of him in the old art, or like this time shifted, it looks a lot better than it would on screen. It looks... I really like it. And the foil is Primal Plasma. Huzzah.
For a second, it looked like Dovinban. Everyone's favorite commander.
Oh, yeah, that's just because he's blue-white. Blue-white
No,
commanders.
just blue.
Well, yeah, blue...
Makes all your counters cheaper and better.
Yeah, and white makes it so you can pretty much lock down everyone.
No, not Dovinban.
Good.
Baal.
Oh, Baal. Mono blue. I hate everyone and counter your shit. Yeah, that's fair.
Well, Dovinban by himself is fine because all his effects are just kind of eh.
So... Oh, Harambe. I mean, Simeon's Spirit Guide.
So that definitely brought the conversation of the timing to announce when bans are going to hit.
Yeah, that's not a good... Ooh, we have a sliver. Spinneret sliver.
Because that was the first time Wizards were forced to announce that they were going to ban it preemptively.
Yeah. I still have some from Planar Chaos.
Oh no, it was... They announced from Simeon Spirit Guide and was the other card just got banned.
Off the top of my head.
That was in... It was one of the Secret Lair cards.
It better be bloody Negan. Negan needs to...
No, it's from the recent one.
The recent one is Black Women Code.
No. No, the people... I need to look it up. Talk among yourselves while Daddy searches.
Daddy! No, Daddy, no! So we have our Uncommon of Henchfiend of Ukor. Rift Marked Knight. Griffin Guide. Very white theme.
Right, it was...
Oh! Extra plate. Our rare is extra plate.
Ooh, that's always a solid card for...
Yep.
And actually no, it's Eternal Playable as well.
Oh, nice. No, Ancient Stirrings.
I love
That's also modern playable.
I played that back in Eldrazi Winter.
Way back in the winter of Eldrazi.
The last time Elven got a GP.
Yes.
We were used as a testing ground. I still haven't forgiven them for it.
Testing ground for which one?
For the banning of High-Vugan.
Right. Well, that was fair because everyone was playing bloody High-Vugan.
But they knew before the GP.
That's true.
They literally announced, we're going to hold off. We're going to see what happens until after GP as a testing grounds. We already knew it was going to be an issue.
Yeah, but the whole idea was that we were a testing ground. So whether or not everyone could, come together and unilaterally decide that they weren't going to run Eldrazi, which wasn't going to happen. So did you find the card?
Still looking.
Okay.
Hard to Google for something you don't know the words of.
Corpulent Corpse.
Oh right, it was Uro.
Uro?
Because remember.
Oh, that Uro was on the ban list for a while.
No, but the thing was, they had to announce when they announced the Secret Lair, they put in that
it's going to be banned.
It's going to be banned because we don't want people to order Uro thinking they're going to be able to play it, and then whoops, you paid $100 for a card that you're not going to play with.
Yeah, which is why I put it there.
But it's
also, temporal isolation. What we've been in for the past, I don't know, year? Because it definitely feels longer than a year.
It's been longer than a year. The Princess Mary has been...
Hey! Terramorphic Expanse! The standard in most decks.
Yep. Well, most Commander decks.
I've also seen it played in some modern.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though they have literally all the fetches?
Yeah, I think it was like a dredge.
Oh, they just want to...
Yeah.
Yeah. But nowadays you got Fatal Passage.
Yes, now we've got more. Ooh! Harmonic Sliver.
I'd always get.
And a Sliversmith. I actually haven't pulled this one yet. Nice.
I've been gotten by that once.
Guess what though? Our rare is in fact a mythic. It's Gemstone Caverns.
Wait, that's rare shifted.
Yes, it is rarity shifted. Yep, so Gemstone Caverns. And Felden of the Third Path. Ah, okay. I remember this one. This one was the Geppetto person from Throne of Eldraine. I don't particularly enjoy him. I mean, I don't hate him. It's just not my speed. So that leaves Faceless Devourer, and we move on. Nice pack opening ASMR right there as we go through our comments. Ooh, another sliver. Homing this time. Search for Tomorrow. I remember when everyone was trying to get this card because it was just so good.
Well, also hasn't been in a lot of day for ages.
That's true. But like, even for a common, I mean, that's a common here, and it's still pretty well played in like most formats. Well, mainly Commander is what I know it from.
I don't know. Like I've seen some Landex in Eternal play it.
Yeah, because you just suspend it for one. It's great.
Yep.
Lymph Sliver.
You're Landex. Were you playing spells? And give me more lands. All right, that's fair.
Yeah, that tracks.
I thought the payoff is crop rotation.
Crop rotations. Hey, Bungle reaches a land,
which I believe is in the set.
And Urbog.
I'll take that off your hands.
Nope. I play black, and I'm building a Yawgmoth deck, and Urbog is great. And our time shifter card is Feather. Oh. Feather the Redeemed. Wasn't big on Feather when she first came, but now I'm still not a big fan of her.
Alright, what's wrong?
Nothing. It just sort of feels like she had a story, but Wizards weren't really willing to tell it.
Oh, okay.
So you had to read between the lines in all the in all the Ravnica stuff. So it felt like she had this big sort of epic story going on that was sidelined. Because it's like, Feather, how did she redeem herself? Why did she need to redeem herself? What's going on?
Well, she clearly baked a pie wrong for the giant angel bake-off.
Yes.
And then Gordon Ramsay yelled at her.
Yes. Those are a string of words that came out of Rod's mouth. I can play
Send all complaints to darkcurie@gmail.com.
That isn't mine, so please don't send.
Send it to Mark Rosewater at Wizards.
Yes, because he will definitely take your complaints and be very witty with his responses.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that man is just a supercomputer attached to a squirrel.
Hey, he has denied that emphatically that he is definitely not a supercomputer attached to a squirrel.
No, I'm pretty sure he had to deny the squirrel after being caught in a squirrel suit so many times.
I actually want to see Mark Rosewater with a squirrel tail. Tumblr, get on it.
Watch the LLR Unstable pre-release.
I will. Or cross promotion.
where he was forced to. He was losing a bet, and he had to wear. He promised he would wear a suit for the pre-release for Unstable if he ever did it.
Maro. All right.
How dare you keep your word?
And Pact of Negation is the rare. Nope.
I got by that card so many times. It's not funny.
I counter that, and then I'm not going to pay, so I. And Lava Spike for the Time Shifted. Okay. I didn't know that was one of the Time Shifted cards.
Burn is always relevant.
Yeah, but it just sort of seems... And I'm probably going to draw the ire from any like modern players or anyone who plays Red, but I don't know, it feels like a waste of a Time Shifted card. Because Lava Spike is still... Like, you can still easily get Lava Spike.
No, actually, it's not. Because I'm pretty sure Lava Spike is worth a couple bucks.
Oh, I'm sure it's worth a couple of bucks, but I mean, it's not like they're not printing any... Wait, what set was it in? What was the latest set that was in?
Kamigawa.
Really? I've seen so many of them.
Well, good for you, Mr. I can afford a $3 card. A $3 comment, let's put that into context. But the $3 wears for nothing, a $3 comment means that it's sought after.
Yeah, that is true. And I found out today that wastes are pretty expensive as well.
Yeah, $4 apparently.
Yeah, which is great because I have so many wastes.
I got rid of all mine.
I kept all mine because I knew that they would be relevant.
Yeah.
It's also why if you pay attention to my Eldrazi commander deck, you'll notice that every single one of the wastes is actually the Kozilek wastes, which are the bismuth looking ones, rather than the stupid Ulamog ones, which are just dust.
I'm too busy sacrificing my parents to notice.
Wait, sacrifice?
Permanence.
Yeah,
because
that's
some dick is an alligator.
That was one game.
That's every game with you.
It's not.
Every time I sat across your Eldrazi,
I was shocked that no one at the table was playing. I'm too used to someone at least playing blue, so I was kind of shocked that no one was countering my spells, and I'm just like, cool, I'll equip my Wormcoil engine, which has Swiftfoot boots equipped to it. I'll just unattach it, and Eldrazi can script it, and then attach it again. Swing! How can I lose?
That's a good justification for running buzzer cards in Commander. I expect someone else to be a jerk to stop my jerking.
Well, I'm too used to like blue players where it's just like, do I have permission to cast this colorless card? No? Okay, cool.
Well, as you've learned, if you play with random people, they'll actually let you play Magic.
Yeah, I know. It's very unnerving. Return to Dust.
Such a sweet card.
Shape of Parasite. I still don't know how to feel about you. And the rare is Sudden Spoiling.
A very good card to have in Commander deck that no one will see coming.
Yeah, especially since Split Second makes people cry.
Well, it's also the fact that it lets you bypass their hexproof indestructible.
Yep. Good old thing. Good old Split Second. And the time shifter card is Mystic Sanctuary.
I have one of those in foil.
La-di-da. Isn't it good to be you?
Yeah, it is.
Ooh, I have a bat.
I actually thought...
I got a bat token. It is text.
Yep.
It's not just a 1/2 flyer. It is actual text.
Yeah, because it becomes more rare that you pay to exile it, you get a bat token, which you can sack the bat token.
Thank you, Nosferatu.
Yep. You can just keep... You have a vampire, you have a bat.
Actually, I'm going to set that bat one aside just in case I actually get that rare. Then I can pair the two together. And then they can live happily ever after.
Oh good, aristocrat deck.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll go in mine.
Because I actually play fun cards. I let people do... I actually play fun and fair magic.
It was one game. I then played elves for the rest of the games and got my ass handed to me.
Because we learned not to let Cam do...
No, it was because my elves sat there doing nothing other than trying to make more elves and then get board wiped after board wiped. Some of this old art is actually really nice to look at. I mean, the new borders with the old art, a bit jarring sometimes. Sometimes it works. Like, I feel it works with this one here, Pitkeeper. But, ooh, Virulent Sliver. That goes on the deck. But some of the other ones, it just seems a bit odd. Now, this one I actually really like. So they redid Prismatic Lens. So, because Prismatic Lens, if you have a look at the old art, it's all, like, faded, like it has no colours. Whereas this Prismatic Lens actually has the colours. So I actually really like how they added the colour.
Oh, nice.
Because this is from, I want to say, Mirrodin or something like that. It was when they were doing a lot of the artifacts, but a lot of the artifacts had, like, no colour. Like, even the mana symbols were colourless.
Oh, that's a weird set.
Yeah, so Prismatic Lens was just like, it was a lens. Whereas here, they've filled in the colour so you can actually see. And it looks really nice, I find. Like, if you would think that this would be printed in a recent set if you didn't know Magic at all. I'm guessing anyone who's watching this probably has some inkling of what Magic is.
I don't know. There's a lot of people who got into Magic recently because of COVID and all their exposures to Serena. So I've been I've been playing against face to face against a lot of newer players, which has been very fun for me because I am used to playing against all the grizzled veterans.
What, on arena?
No, face to face.
Ah, yeah.
Because they'd be the only people you see. The LGSs nowadays, you see the younglings come in all fresh faced and hopeful,
and then you destroy them.
and then you play.
Then
you play Counterflux against them.
Whereas, as Rod will be able to attest to, when I used my Eldrazi deck, I was only beating up veterans, not new players, veterans. So I can be excused from beating up on the little people who just joined. Mystical Teachings, always a great card. Always a great. Wipe away. Ooh, Swarmyard. Why did you?
Because I wanted.
I mean, I would stick it in my squirrel deck if there were still a large amount of squirrels that I can make an EDF deck out.
Oh no! Wait, I have a Swarmyard from the Secret Lair.
Oh yeah, because you get a card from the sleep. Yeah.
No, it's part of the
it's part of the. Ooh, Ancient Den.
Yep.
Nice. That's the time shifter. That's 2 lands in a row. Yay.
Hey, Ancient Lair's nothing to cry about.
Ancient Den.
Yeah.
It's one of the artifact lands that adds mana.
Yeah.
It's one of the artifact lands. It's not many places not many decks use that unless you're doing artifact matters, which is what Memnarch and
nobody plays Memnarch if they want to keep friends.
Memnarch and what's the other one? Engineered Explosives or something like that. The Metalcraft deck from Modern.
Yeah.
Grape Shot. The Storm deck cometh.
That was something I had to explain to people. How Storm actually really works, because they thought it only affected on their spells. No, young child.
No,
It says all spells before it.
I actually had a deck that relied on Storm. It was scary and fun.
The best thing you can do after sowing grape shots is to cast your own grape shot.
Yes, that's true. And then, Grape Shot's such a great card because it's so cheap. It basically lets Storm go off. Dead and gone. Gemhide Sliver. That's a new one. And have Fury Sliver. Boy, we're just getting all the slivers.
Yep.
Delay.
If you can get your hands on this set, you can get most of the slivers you need.
I thought you could get all the slivers you need apart from the legendaries.
Well, you can get Sliver. You can get Sliver Queen.
Yeah, you can't get Sliver Queen. You can get Sliver Legion. You can get Sliver. You can get. What's the other sliver?
Good question.
It's the one that came out of the new one. Anyway, so Delay is our rare. Sorry, is our uncommon, and If High Arcanist, the rare. Vigilance, untap, tap to untap target attacking creature. General combat damage that we be dealt to and dealt by. That's a good way of delaying things. I mean,
I just have to go explain to my cat why she can't join in. She can't read.
Time shifter card is True Name Nemesis.
That is definitely one of the biggest mistakes they did.
What, reprinting True Name?
Reprinting True Name in a 1v1 format.
Oh, right, because this was originally intended to draft.
Nope, it was originally Commander. It was one Commander precons, and then people realized, you can put that internal. And then getting got by it in sealed feels really bad.
I can imagine. I mean, it's pretty much a 1v1 card that just shuts down the other one.
And the only card that can deal with it is Sudden Spoiling.
Yeah, I can see
Or
that.
if you get a Time Shifted Blasphemous Act.
Just to show off. I got hit by that today.
I heard.
I mean, it was fine because I managed to recover quicker, but it's just the fact that
After today, I don't need to imagine what hearing a man sounding burning alive sounds like. I experienced it.
Oh. So the person opposite me in our 4-player EDH was playing Enraged
Boroviros?
Yeah. So that was fun. He got himself down to full life and then just popped off. It was scary and amazing to look at. Because he's just like, I ditch these 4 cards and you're dead. I ditch these 4 cards and you're dead.
Maybe that could be
Greta Gargadon.
Maybe that could be my next Land Matters deck. I fling all my lands at you.
You already made one, which was
I pulled that apart ages ago.
Ooh, time shifted leyline.
Yep.
So nice.
Need to tell?
No, because I just got a foil life and limb. That's fine.
One of the things I love about this set is that the tokens have so much goddamn text on it.
Yes. Although they didn't actually make tokens, did
they? They did.
Did they?
Yep. Tokens have been around for a long, long time. It's just that back in the days there were like 1/1s and 3/3s, 10. And while after that they started putting them with text. But now they're just like flanking, and all these other.
I mean, this one protection from white haste and flanking.
Yep. It normally doesn't read like a actual magic card.
Yeah, it's kind of like a card in and of itself.
And the bat that comes from the Vampire Lord.
I'm kind of sad that they didn't put more seals. Like I miss the seals.
The only seals I've ever seen people play is green and red.
Blue. Saw someone play one of the blue seals.
Really?
Yeah. I don't remember who.
Then they
or what deck.
Matter.
But they were playing with the blue seal. But I miss all the 5-color seals and the what was it? The sigils or insignias?
Insignias?
Yeah. I can't remember what it was. Because they were from, I want to say, the invasion block. I'm sure someone will correct me. Phthisis?
That's gonna be my new black commander's table.
What, Phthisis?
Yep. You have no idea how quickly it can get people.
I can understand. Necrotic Sliver, so that can go on our Sliver pile. And Hivestone is the rare.
Now you can have even more slivers.
And the time shifted card is Secret Plans.
So what rare did you get, Secret Plans? What did you get? Oh, foil Thoughtseize.
Don't rub it in. Just because I don't have a foil Thoughtseize.
Well, if you get the foil Thoughtseize, it pays for the box.
So I hear. It's pretty much close to a box now, which is insane.
Wizards, get your method sorted out because people want more set.
Well, yeah, this clearly was a proof of concept, and a lot of people really liked it. Not just because it was it's from popular sets, and because there's good stuff in it, but because there's good stuff in it, and it's actually designed really well. Like, the cards are fairly balanced. Everything is, the rares, the mythics are all within shot of each other price-wise, which means that they all sort of, there's no real disparagement between the two. Like, usually, and I know it's probably being pointed out, and I'm pretty sure it has, by the professor from Talarian Community College, but in most sets, when you crack a box, you've got the high end, which are like the $100 or the $70 cards, and then you've got the rest of it, which is about 20 down. And you got that huge gap there, whereas here it's like
Modern Horizons.
Oh god, no, that's just
Modern Masters 2. Crack one of 3 rares or just lose out.
Just most of the wait, what's that?
Yep, either get Ugin Karn or something else, or just get no value.
That was Horizons, was it?
No, that wasn't Horizon. That was Modern Masters.
Which one? The first one? Because the first one was nothing but value.
No, the first one also had that issue. Second one was worse because it was literally people only wanted 3 cards, which was Jace.
That was 2015, wasn't it?
Yeah. And
yeah,
that was Horizons, which was
that was so bad. I hated that.
Renastrix, and that's it.
First Dinatrix?
Renastrix, the red green planeswalker.
Oh, Ren and 6. It's 6. Because it's supposed because he's the he's the nymph planeswalker. And he's inhabiting his 6th body. But it's Ren and 6.
That's more like Ren and Stimpy.
Dun 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 dun.
God damn it!
Dun, dun.
Oh, it is 6.
It is 6. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just all hot air. I'm mostly hot air. Mangara of Corondor.
So this is before they realized that they should sacrifice this creature as part of the card.
Oh god,
because you can tap it.
That's amazing.
Because you can tap it, blink it in or get rid of it somehow, and then the creatures go into exile.
Oh, just have this with Soul Bonded and it just becomes fun.
Soul Bond, any blink effect, or you can just kill it and then reanimate it.
The time shifter is Grenzo, Dungeon Warden.
Although,
I remember you.
No, never mind. I should finish my level 1 application.
Level 1 application? Oh, to be a judge?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose now's the time, if any.
I've been putting off for a while for reasons.
You mean COVID and amongst other things?
No,
actually,
just no free time for it, and every time I have the free time for it, I have other things on the agenda that are way higher than...
Other things that aren't as important as magic? Ugh, you are the worst.
That only complaints to I don't give a damn at Gmail.
You know there probably is someone with I don't give a damn at Gmail.
If you're gonna send emails to that email, at least be nice about it, because some random may actually get it.
Battering Sliver can go onto our Sliver pile. Our Sliver pile's getting big.
Just like all Commander Sliver decks.
Well,
spend
yes and no?
Spend hundreds of dollars to just be hated out of every game.
I mean, it's 5-color Commander, so already you're kind of stuck with non-basics. And
then you just play all the Sliver Lords, and then people see you because Sliver then guess is the target for that game.
Yeah, but then they just blow it up with, what's it called? Well, anything really, and Blasphemous Act or something. I mean, they're pretty easy. Just Damnation them, Blasphemous Act, Wrath of God, just board wipe. Even O-Stone works. Actually, I don't see O-Stone anymore. No one tends to use Oblivion Stone anymore. It's sad.
We haven't seen Oblivion Stone in a while, so people forget its existence.
Like, I still see the occasional Neverenthal's disc, but no real O-Stone. That's sad.
Yeah, I guess how long it's been since O-Stone's been printed.
I remember its last printing was in one of the Commander decks. But yay, Pongify! Because that's a thing. The rare is Summoner's Pact.
Nice.
It's 2 of the packs.
Yep, it's only been...
yes!
It's only been printed in a Commander set.
Time Shifter.
That's
Moth.
That's the second one. You can give it to a good friend.
Yeah, me. I am my good friend.
Get the fuck out of my house.
No, I'm recording. Suck it, bitches!
And all sexual harassment claims too.
Yeah, no, I deserve that.
111. Send a letter to 123 Fake Street.
I'm sorry, but Brooklyn Nine-Nine has wedged its way and firmly stuck itself into my brain because now all I can think of is 123 Charming Street. And yes, that is a real place. I looked it up specifically so I could annoy you. I mean, Brooklyn Nine-Nine has just found its way into my everyday life, which is sad. I mean, people will probably think it's not sad because a lot of
It's
people
in
really like it. But
123 Charming Streets in Victoria.
we have a 123 Charming Street. 123 Charming Street, Southampton. Wow.
I was wondering why that sounded familiar. Because it's right next to the hospital.
Charming Street is right next to the hospital.
Homeschool private hospital, yep.
Oh, that
I was wondering why it sounded familiar.
that is doubly amusing.
You just take a right off Charming Street into the hospital.
Oh, hey, smallpox.
That is one of my favorite effects to be seen on quite a few cards.
Yeah, smallpox is amazing. Lightning axe.
Oh no, sorry, I was thinking Pestilence.
You're not thinking of...
No, Pestilence.
Huh?
Pay 1 black, 1 damage to all creatures.
Oh,
players. That's the one I was thinking of.
I thought you were thinking of... what is it? Acid Rain? Tainted Rain? Something like that?
No, that's...
The one that does -X... No, -X.
That's something else, which
yeah.
I know which one you're talking about, but I can't recall off the top of my head. No.
Oh, hey! Selenite Hermit. It's the rare. All Saprolings get +1/+1. The Saprolings matter!
They're not very good in limited because you're not going to have that creature stick around for 4 turns to get 1 Saproling.
Yeah.
As I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, Saprolings don't tend to last very long.
No, the creature's just like, oh, put a spell counter in it.
Oh, look what I got. Old school Solemn. Because we were talking about this the other day. So,
Right.
Solemn
Yep.
Solemn Simulacrum. What is it? I call it Simulacrum, but Simulacrum, I think other people call it.
Simulacrum is how you read that.
So, we were talking about it today, and Rod forgot that. So, Rod thought that the old art, which is what we're currently seeing, was only from the old set, because recently when they've been reprinting it, because they suddenly looked up and realized that, oh, this card is really good in EDH, so we should probably print it a bit more.
They did, but the thing is they used...
they used new art.
Well, I like the M12, which is very Phyrexian looking.
Yeah, I also enjoy the M12.
But the new ones, which look like the evil guy from Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Whereas that one looks like Robin Williams from Millennium Man.
Well, this one is actually the face of the person who originally designed it.
No. This is one of the pro player cards.
Yes, it is. That's what I was just saying.
Like, what's his name? Like Meddling Mage. No, they win a pro tour and then they get to design a card.
Yeah, but they stopped doing that because the last one to do that was... I want to say it's Snapcaster, but it wasn't.
It was Snapcaster.
I thought Snapcaster was one of the devs. It was a picture of one of the devs.
No, I'm pretty sure it's... because the story with those was that if you want a pro tour, you get a...
Yeah,
your face one of the cards and they get to design closely with the developers.
Yeah.
And yeah, Snapcaster Mage, I believe, is the last one. I'm just looking up the wiki because I remember this...
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that was the guy's face, because what they do is they...
Oh no, it's... Oh, look, first thing you find in the wiki, Thiago Chan. He's a Portuguese pro player.
Wait, what is Solemn, or is this...
That's
Snapcaster.
He won the 2007 Invitational, which got him to create, in his likeness, Snapcaster Mage in 2011. So he was the last pro player created card. Because they stopped doing it after that.
Yeah, they stopped doing it because there was some strange reason why they stopped doing it.
Well, they slowly stopped doing support for pro events, and also the pro players kept designing broken cards.
Well, Solemn Simulacrum wasn't broken. It's really good.
It's just it's not broken. It's just really good and
well, it's standard.
And it's played beyond belief.
Well. I mean, it's not, as far as I've seen it, it hasn't been in any modern, except for, again, Artifact matters.
But no one plays anything over 3 in modern.
That's true.
Unless you're playing Tron.
Think Twice. I like Think Twice. Such a good...
Except in real life.
What, Think Twice?
Yeah.
Thinking Twice is always recommended in real life.
But do you do it?
Oh, fuck no.
That's what I was getting at.
Why would I think twice about things? Impulse is so much better. And I suck at impulse, so I should know.
And that's why you always brainstorm before you do something stupid.
Yes, I also ask you before I do something stupid. And that never works out right.
Yeah, because I'm what they call an enabler.
That is true. And our rare is Act of the Titan. That's 3 packs.
Yep. I believe it was the green one, which
Green one gets creatures. Pact of Summoning, got Pact of Negation, this is Pact of Titan, and the Time Shifter card is, Muldrifter. Also a good card.
Yeah, I believe someone... No, it was Gush.
Ooh, I like the art for Assembly Worker.
I was thinking Gush for a second because someone literally wrote about a book about how good Gush is.
How good, what is Gush?
Gush.
Okay.
Like...
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna poo on other people's parades, but
the card's pretty good, but
yeah,
I have to applaud to that level of dedication. I barely got to writing 3 full sentences about my favorite card of Magic.
they wrote a book.
And they wrote an entire fucking book, and that takes effort and dedication.
It also takes knowing the card inside and outside, but
it's only got like 2 lines of text.
Ooh, 3 slivers in this one. Unfortunately, I have them all.
Pokemon.
I don't know. How would you describe slivers? Gotta crawl them all?
Gotta cheater them all.
Yeah, that's probably... Ooh, Arcblade. I hate that card. I mean, it's a great card. Just hate it.
You don't want to be in the wrong side of the table when it hits.
No, you don't. Dread Return, as I mentioned. Restore Balance.
Yep.
That's our second mythic, and our time shifter is Ethereal Armor. Actually, good card.
Yeah. Seen in Enchantress decks.
Well, yeah, that's because it's an enchantment. See a lot of enchantments in Enchantress decks.
I don't know, I find Enchantress are very picky about their enchantments.
Yeah, but then you play Enchanted Evening, and then you just, laugh. I still reckon the best combo has been Enchanted Evening with, I think it was, Wishing Djinn, or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
The one where, when it dies, you gain control of all enchantments.
Oh, yeah.
So Enchanted Evening turns everything into an enchantment. Everything on the board into enchantment. Then you find a way to kill your Djinn, and then you gain control of everyone's things, and that includes the land.
If you want to make friends with your local judge, ask them how opalescence works.
Opalescence.
Not if you're a judge.
Oh no, there are a number of cards.
It is a level 2 question.
That's always a great one. I mean, one thing that took me a while to figure out was you don't have to know all the cards offhand, because you're not expected to, because Magic has had, a 26, 27 year history now, almost going on 30.
It's more, do you know how the sequence works?
Yeah.
Because Magic in itself is not that complex of a game, but the interactions
are many and varied.
Which is one of the things they did for the new judge program, is when they put down the cards, you can actually look up the Oracle text for it. But it's like engineering. They don't expect you to remember all the formulas, they want you to know how to apply them.
Yeah. So it's all about the theory rather than what's going on. And the rare is Cloud Key. Can't get excited about Cloud Key. I know it's a good card, but it's
not a foil Thoughtseize.
No, that's not what I was getting at. I just don't have many decks that it would be relevant. I mean, it's good. It reduces the cost of things, which is always good. But it's just that it's limited. In an enchantment focused deck, this would work. In an artifact deck, it would also work. But if you're playing a regular deck, or even an EDH deck that's somewhat regular, you're going to have a mixture of all of them. So you're going to find that the one time where you want it to be cheaper, you chose the wrong thing when Cloud Key hit the field.
It's EDH, there's no wrong answers.
Yeah, that's true. Perennial Plating. Woo! And a foil Keldon Hull.
I You know what?
Halberdier.
Cranial plating looks perfectly at home with
Oh,
silver,
it definitely does.
because back in the days, all the artifacts had the mud-looking borders, and they all had like the very rust look on them.
By the way, hashtag grey is the new color of magic. Oh, no, brown is the new color of magic. Is the latest color
Brown
of
is
magic.
the new black.
Brown is not the new black. Black is black.
No, honey, haven't you heard? White is the new black.
White does not do what black. Black has removal and hurting and cutting yourself so you can cut others. It's great.
Can somebody clip the last 30 seconds, send it to me? No reason.
What next time I'm playing against black, you're gonna go ahem?
No, just I want to take that out of context. No reason.
You want to get me in trouble with the African American League, don't you?
I don't need to. Already are.
Well, yes, as you can tell. Because
No, I just love. I don't know. I just love blackmailing you for some reason.
I see what you did there, racist. Keep in mind that we are friends and we're not actually accusing each other, and we're not making fun of the many struggles that people go through. But
we maybe want to just edit this part out.
yeah.
Hey, look, a dredge card that used to be $5 for some goddamn reason.
Yeah. And the rare is Just of the Moon. That's a great way to screw with people.
Yeah, though I saw one player put in the limited pool because
no, that looks good.
They were shown red cards. They're like, all right, I'll play Magus of the Moon. They cried because the only way they could win is they were only kept alive because of the Kobold Keep.
Oh.
So that was the only time they got by that card in limited, and I love it.
Reclamation Sage actually looks good in the old art as well.
Good.
I mean, unlike Cranial Plating, which looks right at home, this still looks pretty decent though. Giant token. Got a funny looking giant on it.
That could be the new test for me, personally, to see if a Magic card has the old school Magic art feel.
But go through all the cards.
Like, just put the art card on an old border text and see if it feels at home.
Okay.
Cranial Plating looks at home in the old border. Reclamation Sage looks at home in the old border. Yawgmoth looks at home.
I was going to say, Yawgmoth, despite it looking crisp and clear, actually still looks right at home in the old.
Because a lot of like the black cards back in the day had a lot of black on black.
That's true. One of the cards I actually really do enjoy, even though it probably wouldn't be printed now, is Gaze of Pain. Like the art is just amazing on that, and it looks right at home with the black borders. I mean, the new black borders, the old black borders, yeah.
I should have gotten my hands
It's a
on
new one.
I should talk to one guy, my LGS, because he has an old school Unholy Strength with the pentagram.
Oh wow! Okay.
It's not worth much, but it's definitely.
It's the thought that counts.
It's not the thought. It's just like a piece of Magic history.
The rare is Terra Avenger. It's white.
That really shows the power level nowadays.
Ooh, Liliana's Triumph. But what's funny is I find that this also works well. Like the Triumph cards also work well with the old art, just because we're used to seeing the close-ups of things.
Yep.
Like for the charms, it was a close-up of a hand holding a charm.
Oh yes.
And all that kind of stuff. So I find that the close-up of Liliana's face.
It had, like all the old arts, had one very clear focus point.
Ooh, foil sudden spoiling.
That looks nice.
That does look nice.
I kind of wish that the edge foils become a regular thing instead of just being a collector's boosters pick.
Yeah, I can sort of see. I can sort of see why they kept it as like a collector's booster thing.
But at the same time, hashtag release the edge.
Release the edge. That sounds like something from the 90s. Speaking of Time Spiral. Release
90s
the edge.
magic. Mind Rain. Even more 90s magic.
Think twice. Needle Pig Spider. And now.
That's 2000s magic.
That's true.
Ooh, Brute Ogre.
Which one was that?
I don't know. That was probably one of the alpha cards. That was just you paid a 5 you paid 5 for a 3/3 and you were happy with it.
And Kavarak the Merciless.
I actually won that for my commander.
I'll put it in my deck and then give it to you because I'm pretty sure I've got enough of them.
I actually want to build that Rakdos Chaos deck.
Mystic Confluence. As the time shifted. And Riders of the Storm.
I was thinking of doing File Smasher as a Rakdos commander.
Oh, that works. Yeah. I think I've seen that.
Yeah, I was just getting my hands on a File Smasher.
Yeah, I don't think I have any.
You only get them from the collectors.
Yeah.
You get to buy the collectors commanders. Because they were from the precons.
Yeah.
So they're a bit hard to get. I could always just...
I'm trying to see.
I mean, no one's gonna... Who's gonna forgive me for... Who's gonna be like, oh, you can't do that. You can't proxy commander you can't get your hands on.
I know people.
And those people can go straight to hell.
Because that's also why I also didn't play my Angel deck.
Well...
Because I was like... Because 90 to 100% of it is proxy, so I'm like,
If someone gives a shit for proxying a Wheel of Fate, tell them to go to hell.
Yeah, well, that's fair. I mean, there are some cards that you're not going to get your hands on, but then again, there are some cards that you're not going to get your hands on ever, so there's really no point in proxying. Like, you're not going to stick a Black Lotus in your EDH deck, because that's just not going to happen. Unless you can prove that you've actually got one. Ooh.
Is that what I think it is?
It's Walk the Aeons. Yeah,
nice.
It is. And it's Trigon, the Predator, as the time shifted.
A cube staple.
Good old cube. And TE as a 4.
That really shows the power level of Magic nowadays. Because Trigon Predator, if it was printed back in the old day,
which it was.
If it was printed at 3, it would have had some massive downside and made it not worthwhile.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I remember casting a 5-cost 3/3 with no abilities and was like, this is actually adequate.
I remember at one point, it was like a 2/2 that cost 4 or 5, and I'm like, yeah, that tracks. You know, that's only fair, and it has no abilities. Yep. Oh wait, this 6-drop has an ability? Holy crap!
Back in my days, 2 bears had no abilities.
Bears.
Nowadays, they have all the keywords.
And actually, giving you a good example is Sangophage.
Because if it's like 2 cost 3/3, alright, the double people would normally be the downside for card nowadays.
Yeah, but back then it was like that 2 pips for a 3/3 is amazing.
Yeah.
Which means it has to have a bad downside. Which is that...
Because I believe that was still in this phases of Magic where even R&D didn't figure out that mana curve was... That a curve...
They were still trying to figure out what was going on.
Because it was a certain Pro Tour when one guy brought out his theory on the mana curve that people caught onto it. Because people were just like, I'm just gonna jam all these big spells, and he's like, oh no, I put in this many 1-drops and this many 2-drops, so on, because mathematical reasons. And even the R&D went, oh.
You like that? You're hired.
Because
Calciderm.
Yeah, because it was really the wild west of Magic back then.
Yes.
For better or for worse or worse.
Actually, I think for any new players, I would recommend reading Destroy All Humans, They Can't Be Regenerated, or what is it? All humans are destroyed, they can't be regenerated.
Destroy all humans, they cannot be regenerated.
Well, that's what it translates to and what it should be, because it's the lines from an actual card text, but people are translating it as like...
Destroy all humankind.
Yeah,
they can't be regenerated.
Yeah, I recommend that you read it, because it gives you a really good insight as to how it was back in the 90s.
You know what I also love about it?
Because the manga is set in 1998, 1999?
Yes, it was around the Tempest when they first...
Yeah.
No, that started off with the rat cycle.
Okay. It was like the mid-90s.
The mid-90s.
It's set around about the mid-90s, and it details how Magic came to Japan, but it also gives you, because they explain the cards and they do it really well, and no, they don't treat it like Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not treated at all like Yu-Gi-Oh! There are elements, though.
So a manga artist had to craft that had to talk to the Grand record keeper of Magic, and they give you a status trip of what clothes people wore in the 90s and popular Magic at a time.
Yeah, it's a really good manga, and even if you don't get into the lovey-dovey aspect of it...
What lovey-dovey aspect?
The fact that it's a rom-com.
Yeah.
Even then, it gives you a really good idea as to what the power level was like, how people went around about building decks, and things like that. Like, they even had an arc which revolved around, what was it? It was like the Year of Winter, I think they called it.
Yes.
One where Winter Orb or something came out.
Faces Winter Orb.
Yes. Angel of Salvation is our rare, and our time shifted is Anger of the Gods.
Good red burn card.
Ooh.
Speak of the devil.
Young Pyromancer is a time shifted foil.
It's a foil as well, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. That's a little symbol. Is that what I think it is?
The wizard's symbol.
Yeah, but the bottom.
Swoosh? Yeah.
Which I haven't seen in ages.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's. I know I probably can't do it justice because, like...
Yeah. There used to be a little shooting star on foils at the bottom.
Yeah.
Which they should bring back. Hashtag bring back the shooting star.
Hashtag let's all go back to the 90s.
Let's not.
Why? Things were rad and cool and eat my shorts.
Do we really want to go back to the... Do we really want to go back to the Bush administration?
The first one.
No, the second one.
No, the first...
Oh, wait, no, senior, yes. Let's not. Yeah, let's not go there. Also, people didn't have fashion sense back then. Bone
Splitter is a new sliver.
I do miss all the grunge music, though.
Well, it's funny because, what was it? College Humor did a video so like, what happens if you actually go back to the 90s? And the character goes back to the 90s and then gets told that they have to stop 9/11. Because it's like, you're back in the 90s, so now you have a moral responsibility to prevent 9/11. Because if you let 9/11 happen, then you're just as guilty as the actual terrorists.
I would have said the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah, but I suppose you couldn't really prevent that, whereas...
Because
that was between two governments.
Well, yes, you couldn't stop something that actually didn't happen.
Sudden death!
Speaking of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Sudden death. And Wheel of Fate as the third mythic.
Yep. Can't complain about that.
I can.
You only have to try real hard.
Alicia, who smiles at death. The time shift.
That's another card that looks really good in the old border.
Yeah, I mean, that's one that I can't script myself to. I like how it looks, but it still feels a bit new and swishy.
I know, but the shades of the red work really well with the
Oh yeah, the shades of the red work well, as well as the blue, but it's just that it seems a bit too crisp. Sort of like if it was done in the old style, then there would be a lot more sort of brush strokes.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
And it doesn't look like it's done by a computer.
Speaking of...
Let's see.
What was the card we were complaining about that looked like it was made in a computer?
The Grand Calculatron?
No, that's an actual computer. Oh, that's right. We're talking about good old Carly Mazur.
Oh, no, not that new one. Look, okay. First off, I just want to put it out there. I don't think her stuff is bad. In fact, I actually kind of like the art that she did, or that they did for Harmonize. I think it's good. That said...
No, what the card we're talking about is the controversial Faithless Looting.
which is a great card.
Now, the card itself is fine. What was controversial about it is the art, because I honestly thought that the person who got to spoil it imposed themselves in the card art to make it to spoil it, which I thought was a clever idea for a spoiler season. Turns out that's what it actually looks like.
Well, I mean, as of this video's recording, this is what we have been told is the art for that card.
Well,
for the alternate of that card.
my
Rare is Safi. Hello, Safi. It's good to have you back.
I am not saying that.
Ooh. Time Shifted is Rand. Never say his name right.
That is definitely belongs with the old water because it looks like a fish.
Well, it's also the fact that it's like looks painted, and well, actually, a lot of the Merfolks, particularly since if I recall, this was from Zendikar, one of the Zendikar.
Yep.
You know, their art, their Merfolk art tends to look very much like the old Merfolk art, which is actually kind of interesting. Because like the Merfolk art doesn't deviate that much.
I have a time shifted Master of the Pearl Trident, which looks right at home. My issue with the Feathers Looting is the fact that it's flat colors, then the body of the actual person is super realistic. So, like, to me, those two art styles clash, and I do not cope with clashing visuals very well.
Well, most people don't, and
more so for me because I am on the spectrum.
As some people have pointed out, it sort of looks like they took a photo and imposed that on an MS Paint image, and while the person themselves, like in the image, doesn't look too bad, it's just that they are surrounded by very
they're surrounded by what looks like stained glass art in the background.
Yeah, that's true. The stained glass art looks okay,
but it's just this thing of stained art glass in the background, the foreground of MS Paint looking logos, and then you have this hyper realistic person. So these three art styles, it's like wearing polka dots and stripes in the same time. That's just my take. If you really want to complain about it, my email's the King of Engineers, you cowards. Oh gosh, I tempted fate.
Oh yeah, you did. But I don't think anyone's really going to watch this. After all, it's just some guy opening.
Yeah, you'll be surprised.
But as I mentioned before, I actually like their version of Harmonize.
Oh yeah,
because it looks nice and it fits with, from what I've seen of their other art style or their other paintings or art that they've done. It looks very similar to that, and I can get behind that. It's just that it seems like such a departure for them.
Yes, because...
Ooh, and the rare we have is Flagstones of Trokia. Ooh, Thragtusk. Thragtusk is the Time Shifted. It's Thragtusk.
Good old Traggy. No, I'm not taking a dig at the other starts or that person.
No.
Because as you show me her artwork, which is nice.
Yeah.
But like I mentioned before, art magic nowadays has a very clear sense of direction, and her art clearly departed from that. So
yeah, it also seems to have departed from their own art style a bit, which is what gets me. Because it's sort of like if you've got a particular art style, you don't have to stick to it. But if you're doing something for Wizards or for a major company, then surely you want to sort of keep your style the same.
But it is,
like Seb McKinnon's is pretty. You can see what his style is. Rebecca Guay, as we mentioned before, their art is also the same. Is also like relatively the same. But you shouldn't be submitting something that is relatively good, like Harmonize, and then essentially an MS Paint document.
Yes, I have mixed feelings about it, but I can safely say that that was not a mistake, and if it was, several degrees of people have messed up.
Well, as Wizards have shown, they are willing to change things at the last moment. They can't do anything for the first print run because that's already gone to print.
As shown by Godzilla Death Corona.
Yeah, but they are willing to change things for future print runs. So
Yeah.
I'm sure if enough people complain about
Let's
that particular,
let's not encourage people to just
yeah,
really complain.
I'm not encouraging people to complain. I'm just simply stating a fact, which is that I'm sure that if enough people complain, they may decide to change the art. And if they do, then I hope that they go with something else she's done.
Yep.
So the artist doesn't lose out on anything, because I think it would be a really bad move on their behalf if they get a community backlash from this particular card because it looks bad, and they say, okay, well, we can't wait for them to make new art, so we'll just grab someone else who we happen to have on hand at any moment. Because I feel that that's changing the artist, and I wouldn't be able to get behind that.
That being said, whoever's still checking the cards should be fired for Sapphire.
Safi?
Yep.
Why?
Because on the actual card it says Sapphire Thunder Conductor, but on the rules text it says Sapphire Thunder Collector.
What does mine say? Oh, Zafi. Oh, that's the new.
So, yep.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
So,
that's that's gonna. So in other words, that doesn't trigger on anything.
Well, I think
Vesuvian shapeshifter.
so. One of two things could have happened.
Is it Firecraft as the time shift?
Which I think is the most likely thing that happened.
Ooh. Foil Ith, Arcanist.
They had a problem with their database.
Yes.
Because cards get renamed quite often, and they probably just used the wrong query to look up the card name.
That could be it.
Either that, or they had to manually write in the card effect, which is also just as likely.
Well, I'm pretty sure they create cards using their own in-house database.
Yep.
So I think it's probably a good idea probably a good thing that they just changed the name and didn't bother to change the rest of the text.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because it's just a matter of updating one field instead of two, which is what they probably forgot.
Like human error will always be a thing, so it's not the world's biggest issue. And anyone who tries to tell you, oh, your technically doesn't trigger because you tell them.
As my father says, if it's a choice between a conspiracy or a cock-up, go for the cock-up each time.
Yeah, that's the thing with the conspiracy of, like, conspiracies have a way to be proven because people
you can't prove a conspiracy. That's how it's a conspiracy.
No, sorry. Secrets, because a secret cannot be kept.
That's true.
That's why I believe the moon landing cannot be hoaxed, because there's no way in hell.
You mean aside from the fact that there are numerous things that point out?
Okay, so
they would need a whole bunch of lights.
Just on the human factor level, there's no way you can tell that many people to keep a secret.
Hell, even Marvel is getting leaks now, and they're one of the tightest lips in the entire industry.
And this was before Disney took over.
Yeah.
And they got.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining Tom Holland and the guy who plays Hulk. What's his name?
Which one?
The latest one, the one who plays Hulk.
Eric Banner.
No, what? No, not Eric Banner. He was the first Hulk.
Was he?
Yes. Banner was the first Hulk, and we had the second one, but then we've got the new one, Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, that's right, him.
Yeah. So as proven by Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo, no, they can't keep secrets.
We had to specifically. We had to specifically change Tom Holland's script so he stopped licking shit.
Yeah, that's one thing I heard. Although it's kind of funny because you look back at it and you can sort of tell now what was a deliberate spoiler and what was an accident.
Oh yeah,
like when he said I'm alive, that was an accidental one.
Yep.
But that one where he leaked the poster for the Avengers and he sort of went, oh shit, I wasn't supposed to do that. That clearly was Marvel leaning into the fact that he's known for spoiling, and so that was a deliberate spoiler.
So I'm happy to believe that the first time around was a mistake. Then they realized they could cash in on that.
Well, yeah, because it's another way of getting people, because people are always on the lookout for spoilers.
Yeah, I think that's the new.
So
I think that's a new marketing strategy for 2020 for the 20s. Just whoops! Here's an ad.
fillery nodes is our rare
Back on
and
tangent.
Castley Pride Mage.
Oh, I love that card.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
It's a really good.
It's a cat.
It's a good constructed card.
Cat wizard.
The cat wizard. What was there not to love?
But yeah, so Tom. Yeah, so if you have a look back, Tom Holland stuff, it's pretty obvious what he deliberately leaked,
Oh yeah.
or what he was told to leak, I should say.
Yep.
And what he wasn't told to leak. Because the things that he wasn't told to leak, clearly, like, oh crap.
I love the one where it's playing.
I love the one where it's him and Don Cheadle, and Don Cheadle's like, no, no, no.
Yeah. There was also one of him playing with dolls.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Best of friends. Best of friends. I don't like you. You're kind of.
I don't know that one.
Like that wasn't like a spoiler, but you could see that he understood what you could show what the power dynamics for those things were.
Yeah, well.
Let me look up Tom Holland dolls and hope
The
that
rare is Fungus Sliver, and Time Shifted is Elvish Mystic.
Oh, this is. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. It was a response to Cream Sense when I was playing with dolls.
To Cream who? What?
Chris Hemsworth, because Cream was supposed to review him playing with dolls.
Okay, Chris Hemsworth playing with dolls.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So, for anyone who's. For spoiler alert, he gets to wield a hammer.
What?
He got to wield a hammer in.
What? He didn't wield the hammer. Tom Holland didn't wield the hammer.
Tom Holland wielded a hammer in the Endgame.
Don't remember
And
that.
Captain America.
I know Captain America. Dude,
No,
'cause that
Tom
was the
Holland got to swing it around, which technically he shouldn't be allowed to do. Because he got to. In the fight scene, he got handed the Iron Man gauntlet and he hit Thanos with the hammer.
Oh.
Because they were having the fight scene where they were just throwing the hammer around between the Avengers. And then ultimately, Captain America dealt the death blow. I don't know. I remember.
I do remember Captain America, and then Thor going, "I knew it."
Yeah, but the thing was, in the Tolls builder, he mentioned that he gets to wield the hammer.
Yeah, I see. This is factory. Our assembly workers with nice art finally have. By the way, good thing to note. This art is actually the same art from the Legends.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, no, not from Legends. From the what was that premium one that you could only buy like one pack that contained, and like each pack was $300.
The I don't care about my income card.
Yeah, because this is the same art for all the Urza lamps from that set, which is I think really interesting. So I don't know if this
VIP
is
booster.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
if
it was also.
I don't know if this is the original art for Urza's Factory. I'm pretty sure it's not.
It's not.
But I think that's a really nice thing to do because all the all the Urza's lands and Khan form a nice panorama, and this just adds to it.
Yeah,
because it adds that little extra. Magus of the Future, and our time shifted card is Vanishing Light. I'm not a big fan of white, but this is such a good card, and it should be an auto include in any white. No matter what they're playing.
It's definitely seeing fair share of playing
Which
constructed formats it's in. Because look at that art.
Yeah, that art. It's funny because the art doesn't the art doesn't quite mesh with the old style borders, but at the same time, it sort of tricks your eye into thinking that it should.
Well, for me, just like that would be one of the cards I turn around. It's like, what is magic art like? It just invokes the word magic to me.
Yeah, that sort of fits. I mean, it's pretty hard to choose cards that, like, a single card that would be like, how would you describe the art in Magic the Gathering? And so, like, this one card.
But Bashing Light for me to definitely top a list of describe using pictures. Using pictures. What would invoke the word magic for you?
I don't know. I have a feeling that I'd probably gravitate to something by Phil Foglio.
Well,
just because his art is so fun. Recycle's probably one of my favorite art cards because of it.
Because now that I think about it, like a lot of Magic art doesn't actually show people mid casting the spell. Then you either see the after effect of it, or the person who's casting it, but you don't see the I'm casting a magic spell effect.
Well, for that I usually go not cancel. Cancel's not a bad one.
Oh fucking okay. Outside of counter spells. Which is just guys posting they're going no.
Oh, Misfire. Misfire's also another good one. Misfire's got great art for that. That shows someone. Time Bender.
Oh, that is
is
such a gotcha card.
It's funny because it's like, okay, so we have Earth, Fire, Wind, Water, Time. Long ago, the Four Nations lived
until the Fire Nation attacked.
And the rare is yes, it's Stuffy Doll.
That is one. I never played with it, but it is one of my pet cards.
I do like Stuffy Doll. Stuffy Doll is one of those cards where it's like you don't expect it coming. Because someone, unless you're playing what is it, rack? Unless you're playing 8 rack or 4 rack or whatever it is, any of the racks.
There's like 4 different branches of it, and it's just some variation of a prime of a factor of 2.
Yeah, but yeah, there's even 16 rack.
But, I've heard it go all the way to 32.
Oh really? 16 was the highest I've heard. But Stuffy outside of like any of the rack decks, Stuffy Doll is just a card you don't see coming out anywhere because like I have a Stuffy Doll. Great. I blasphemous act my Stuffy Doll. Have fun.
Oh, that's the thing I can do. That is definitely for me. It definitely feels like one of the more underrated cards.
Oh, it is. It definitely is. But it's also one of the ones where you're like, I want to put it in my deck, but I have better cards. Therabin Inspector is the time shifted.
After 2020, I've learned that life's too short to just play the efficient cards. Sometimes you gotta put the cards in there that make your heart happy.
Okay, that is rich coming from you. Granted, you are one of the first people I know to stick in cards in. People go, why is that there? And you go, because it's fun. But I also know that you'd go, yeah, I'm gonna play this because it seems.
Well, I definitely have my moments where I'm like, alright, do I just play this version or play the better version of it? But nowadays I'm just like, alright, what cards do I have available and which ones will actually make it a fun experience for me and everyone on the table?
And that's why he looks away from me when he says that. Just because I play Eldrazi.
Exactly because you play Eldrazi.
Ooh.
Oh, look,
Delon of Havenwood. Elf Druid. Yeah. And the time shifted card is, Mortify. Actually, what's fun? This art really reminds me of Dread.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Dread is a great card, but it also is one of the few cards that say Bury.
Oh, that super not relevant card.
Yeah.
Because regen
Bury is old. But it really does remind me of.
Good question. When do you think they stop printing regen?
Oh, that's actually a good question because they seem to be moving away from regen now, but it crops up every so often.
Okay, like when was the last time in a core set they printed regen?
You mean
Like in a
M set?
and like just main sets that are not supplemental.
Off the top of my head, I can think of Eldraine, Throne of Eldraine.
Oh.
But it had the
Like
it had the what is it? It had the ogre that you can sacrifice three foods to, and it
that's not regen.
isn't it? It says regen though.
No, it doesn't.
Oh. When was the last time? Oh, okay. So I thought he was going to show me up, but clearly he's still trying to refine the article that he was looking at.
Yes, because I remember the last time it was a gorilla.
A gorilla?
It was.
Are you sure you're not thinking of that troll, the last troll?
That was printed ages ago. It was.
That was.
Oh right.
Ooh.
Oh wow. Both of the Gatewatch had regeneration.
Okay, so boom and bust is our rare, and our time shifted card is Vampire Hex Mage.
That is legit black card.
Wait.
Okay, so
I haven't seen you in a while.
So you guess what's from the last troll, which was Mirrored and Besieged.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
There's a newer card in that had regen.
Oh really?
Birthing Hulk from Gatewatch.
Nothing. Hulk.
Yep.
What was that? Show me. Tells it on screen. Eldrazi drone. Okay.
There's more reason than you think.
Okay.
But not a Eldraine. Eldraine has a lot of issues, but regen was not one of them. Because they definitely have.
Eldraine has a lot of things going on. I thought it would be one of those sets that's just like, oh yeah, we're doing stuff and we're.
There we go. It was Birthing Hulk. That was the last card that was printed with regenerate in it.
Okay.
I thought it was. I had to look it up because I forgot which gorilla it was because there's so many gorillas.
Ooh. Gorilla bias. And our rare is Lotus Bloom. Nice.
Nice.
And our time shifted card is the Young Pyromancer, this time not foil. But we have a foil card, which is Pallid Mycoderm.
Oh, that's the one I'm thinking about. Ancient Silverback.
Oh, I vaguely remember you talking about that.
The 6-drop 6/5 that just for one ring regenerated. That was the last time I something
Dark side.
Something. I was gonna make a poor taste Harambe joke, but nah.
I already did that earlier with Simian Spirit Guide. I think we've sort of filled our quota on that. We can only use Harambe so many times.
Hang on. Okay, this is probably more relevant. So this is the photo up for King Kong versus Godzilla.
Hold on. He's showing me the photo. I probably won't throw it up there because I don't have very good editing software. Generating. Yeah, okay, that looks like King Kong.
There we go. Relevant monkey joke. It's what you tune in for this, right?
Well, I mean, considering we actually got King Kong versus Godzilla in Ikoria.
He's not. He's legally not King Kong. It's
Quick!
legally distinct. King Bong.
King Dong? Oh, we can't say that.
Oh,
Just slip
I would love to.
Yes, Cruising Grip!
That is one of my favorite.
I'm sorry, that goes in all my green decks.
It's a pretty good screen staple.
And our rare is Chroma's Memorial.
I'll take it if you don't want it.
No, I already have one. I already stuck it in my Eldrazi deck.
You only need one, right?
I do. Ooh, Hedron Archive.
Yep. That was a sweet card.
Yeah, it is.
Because I remember there was the one that gets you 3 mana and draws you 3 cards.
That's Dreamstone Hedron.
Yeah, so that's the in between Dreamstone Hedron and.
Well, it's cheaper, which means it hits the board a lot.
Because there was a 2-drop that does 1 mana and draws 1 card. Then you have the 4-drop that gets 2 mana and draws 2 cards.
Wait, makes 1 mana and draws 1 card.
For 2.
Yes, it temporarily escapes me, but I know exactly what
I
you're
love that
talking
there's
about.
so there's like a 2-drop that 1 and 1
stone or something
yeah,
like that.
so it's 2-drop 1 and 1, 4-drop 2 and 2, and 6-drop 3 and 3.
All right, the last pack.
So normally in this kind of set, Cam will be crying about getting no value. In this one, while he hasn't got exceptional value, he's still got.
I still got decent value, and I will admit that.
And this is a man who constantly complains that I didn't get any value from this pack. All I got this $100 card.
It was, as I said before, it was like twice. It's happened twice, okay? He'll probably overestimate and say, oh, it's happened a lot more than that. No, it's happened twice.
Alright, I'm going to start keeping records now. You force me.
This is the last one. I'm still hoping for that Ancestral Recall, because I really kind of want it.
I have an Ancestral Recall.
You want it for the Fate?
I already have a Fate.
Bill of Fate?
I have one.
Dang it.
But I'll give you something else.
I'm sure we'll organise something.
But it's not from the dual deck.
But then again, a foil Yawgmoth would also be great. But that's not happening.
Wish.
Oh yeah, I do.
Just like I wish that I had a foil Thoughtseize.
Yeah, I think my foil Yawgmoth is like more within the ballpark of decent.
But if I get a foil Thoughtseize, I can get a masterpiece.
A Masterpiece Theatre?
Mana Crypt.
Okay, yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Just left my hands. Just already got it.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you didn't really stand a chance. Alright,
Well,
and the rare is Reiterate.
I
And I repeat again, the rare is Reiterate. And Molten Rain for the Time Shifter card. And a Gwyffin. Gwyffin for the last. Well, I didn't get the rare that goes with the bat, so that's kind of sad. But all in all, not a bad haul. I have a decent amount of slivers. That I would say is probably quite easily about half of the slivers, if not most of the slivers that you need. Make a sliver deck. In terms of actually making the sliver deck, you obviously need a commander, but they're all pretty decent.
Yes.
The time shifted cards are okay. I can't complain about the time shifted card. First off, the time shifted cards I think are really fun, really great.
They're really fun, except for your name. But what I love.
Well, I think even True Name, like just having it more available.
I just don't want to see it in sealed.
Okay, that's fair, but
Because they always get in turn 3, and every time I cannot deal with it. But apart from that, I love that it's got a wide range of cards that needed reprints from a whole bunch of formats.
yeah, and they're much needed reprints too. At the same time,
They're also playable limited.
it's just fun having it in the old art. It's just nice. Like Anger of the Gods
That
in
definitely
the old
looks like it belongs in an old border.
style looks like it was something from the 90s.
What's Anger of Gods Adam Packett?
Sorry?
Is Anger of Gods Adam Packett?
It says Noah Bradley.
That's who. Adam Packett is the only one I remember because he's an Australian too.
Okay.
He's,
I will take your word for it.
He's the one who did the God Secret Layers.
Oh, okay.
With the
Yeah.
which people didn't like because they're like, oh, we wanted full art, not this mean looking art.
Yeah, that's true. I wasn't a big...
I like it.
But,
It's different. I like different stuff.
Yeah, and I think that as cards go, or as Magic goes, having them in the old style is actually a lot of fun, and it brings a lot of nostalgia.
I have mixed feelings about all these weird art styles they've brought in, because someone did a post on Twitter showing every single different art frame and style of Magic.
Oh dear.
And it just, side by side, I'm like, okay, we are slowly reaching Yu-Gi-Oh levels of alternate arts rarities. But at the same time, I like it. But
Yeah, but then again, this has been going on longer than Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh's been, what, 2005?
No, Yu-Gi-Oh went in. No, Yu-Gi-Oh went in hard and fast. No, it was not. It was early 2000s.
Yeah. 2005 is still early
No,
2000s.
I wasn't. I think I was. No, I wasn't in year 7 when it first came.
Okay, I was in year 8.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, which means that would have been 2002.
That's all right. Okay, Google.
I mean, it was 2002. Let me just redub that. No one knows how old I am, right? So, also in terms of value, like, the value is pretty solid. As the professor probably mentioned, I honestly didn't watch his video all the way through.
1999 in Japan.
Oh yeah.
2002 in outside of Japan. So we were right about the time frame.
Yeah. I know the professor probably mentioned it, but I know that Time Spiral Remastered is really expensive purely because of the limited run, but it's got nothing but value as far as I can see.
Even the lower end cards you're happy to have because they are fun cards.
Yeah.
That actually open up the imagination to what stuff you could do with it.
On top of that, even if you just buy a box and you're like, I don't know what to do with it now because I don't ever play this, you still have enough that you can build a pretty decent cube.
Yep, like Time Spiral Cube. It's sweet.
Time Spiral Remastered Cube would actually draw a number of people in. I mean, I'd be happy to play one.
Very much. I'm still missing like 5 cards for my cube. It's super annoying because I want to finish it at the same time. I can't play it.
Yeah, I mean, I've still got my uncube.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing an unstable commander cube.
Yep. Whereas I just did a standard uncube, and it's
because
but my rares: Gemstone Cavern, Restore Balance, which is decent, Wheel of Fate, and Chrome's Memorial. Thanks for joining myself and the King of Engineers.
Yep. I cop so much flack for that.
Because you're the king? Because you're an engineer? Or because...
I don't know. I never asked. I think it's the...
of course. Yeah. No, the is very controversial.
Because I actually legit got one person was like, oh, so you're the king of engineers, huh? Very cocky to me. Wow, you don't know me at all.
Well, I mean, it is a fairly pretentious name because you're calling yourself the King of Engineers.
Why the fuck would I call myself a king?
No.
It's grammatically incorrect.
Well, why aren't you the Apprentice of Engineers?
Nobody apprenticed to be a king. Fucking, do you think Prince Philip went and it's like, oh, better go up to my mom and ask for
Prince
apprenticeship?
Philip isn't a king. He's a prince.
Yeah, well, maybe he should have got that apprenticeship.
Mummy, could I apprentice under you?
Actually, that was weird because they haven't had a king in years.
No, we will. Once Queen Elizabeth dies, we've got a king.
She won't. She's immortal.
So it seems.
She's outlived other family members.
She's over 100.
She's buried more people than some war veterans.
But soon as she dies, we've got a king, and it'll be the first king we've had in quite a while.
God bless the colony.
Well, when
Hey. Hello. We're just wrapping up.
Random person.
No, we're just finishing.
Alright, so thanks for joining us. I'll catch you all later. Suppose have fun. Keep cracking those paths.